Fisherman village tourism has a high potential to be developed as a sector of community-oriented tourism which not only promotes tourism but also the fishing business. This is an overview of what I'm going to focus to, and I'll start with site background first, followed by concept and a brief explanation of the site planning. First and foremost, the site is located at Kampung Nelayan Balo in the state of Pahang. It is in a fishing village by the seaside, and next to it is Pasar Nelayan, which is one of the hotspot for local bear. A part of the site was covered by tall casuarina trees. And just imagine the site with the sea was like a rippling blanket of brochure blue and the waves were rippling gently. The site data lead to strategy, which is an integral part of any design, and my focus will be on passive design strategies to minimize the negative environmental impact of the building. And these were meant to achieve Sustainable Development Goals number 1, 11 and 14, to achieve no poverty, sustainable cities and communities, and to focus on a life below water respectively. Let's move on to the concept which was inspired by the site itself. It is not only to give the idea of seamlessness of the site, but riding wave also meant to give the idea of how challenging the fisherman job is, as wave is what they have to face each time they went for fishing. Wave is characterized by zigzag shape that evokes the movement of the sea, has undulating and dynamic form, and often in overlapping lines, in which these elements will be translated to bring energy to the site through active leisure space. The form morphology is from the shape of the wave itself, but in edgy lines instead of following the norm of curvy waves. I took Asakusa Visitor Center by Kengo Kuma as precedent study and intend to implement the idea of stack form, punctured roof, wooden louver of the facade into my building. As you can see, the facade of this visitor center shows freedom in its stack form, which can be translated to as wave. Move on to the site planning. Briefly, the building or visitor center will be in the center of the site and has open access to all outdoor spaces. As there is shaded area of tall casuarina trees, I intended to make full use of it as leisure area to attract more people to come over to the site. The parking area will be a bit hidden from the main road, and in the circulation zoning, you can see the only way for vehicle to access to the parking area is under the casuarina trees. Fishing deck is at the front area right before the dock for boat, as I intended to set a limit of circulation for boat. Lastly, the building will be in 2-story high and is divided into 2 blocks facing to each other, with a large lounge and circular ramp at the central part of the building. As you can see for the ground floor, the red color indicates it is a private space where all administrative space will be placed on the left side. And gallery exhibition and other souvenir shop and frozen item shop will be on the right side, which facing to the sea view. For service space such as surau, toilet, I'm gonna spread it into levels. As for men, all these services will be available on the lower ground, while for female, these services will be on the upper level for privacy purpose. Another main space is the restaurant, where visitors will enjoy their fresh seafood with a breathtaking view by the seaside. And that's for my Fisherman Village Tourist Center. Thank you for spending your precious time. Peace out.